Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White.
Yeah, Dana!
What's up, boys?
How are you doing, man? You look fantastic. Congrats on 8 seasons of this Contender Series kicking off tonight. That's not easy at all.
Hell yeah.
That's not easy at all.
No, it's very easy if you watch this show. I love this show. When we wind down into the end of summer and we start getting into Contender Series, every Tuesday, I get excited. I can't. And the beautiful thing is, it's right across the street at our arena here at the Apex. So, some of the best unsigned fighters, they come in, and I don't even. Obviously, you're there because the matchmakers feel you should be. I already know you're good. I don't look at your record. I don't know who you train with. I don't care about any of that stuff. Right here, right now, what do you got? Show me what you have. And these kids go at it. It is the best show on television, I'm telling you right now. If you've never seen the Contender Series, you have to check it out. And you guys, if you're ever in Vegas, you have to see this thing live at the Apex. It's incredible. I hope we do 800 seasons of the Contender.
Okay. I hope you do as well. And it seems like with everything you do, there's going to be massive success. I couldn't even fathom dreams coming true, obviously, on the Contender Series. That's a big piece of this entire thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at Sean O'Malley came off the Contender Series. Mm-hmm. I mean, and the list goes on and on. Now we have world champions that have come off this show. So, yeah, it is absolutely, if you are talented enough and if you have what it takes tonight at 4 o'clock, West Coast time, you're going to make it in the UFC and you could possibly be a world champion someday.
Dana, so many fights now, so many events, so much opportunity seemingly for everybody. Dana, that was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. I was watching it live, and I was on some milligrams, potentially 50 to 70, maybe 80 of them. And obviously, anytime you have a European crowd for anything, they're going to be awesome. And then it snapped. I'm like, damn, this is live over there. I started doing the math and where they were. And obviously, everybody had juice, and the energy was insane. You obviously knew that was going to happen. Has that happened before? I don't remember if you've done a fight like that before, local time that late. And what do you think going forward with that type of stuff?
Yeah, we've been doing that for years. The problem is when you go global, you're in other time zones, but we always try to stay on American time zone, but sometimes we're not. So, we got early fights, we got late fights, we got fights in the middle afternoon. It gets all mixed up depending on where we're going. We're cruising around here soon. We're going to Perth. This week we're going to Perth, Australia. We got Paris, France coming up. We're going to Abu Dhabi in October, Edmonton, Canada, Macau, China. So
hey,
we're traveling around the end of this year.
Hey, congratulations on the success. Obviously, everybody knows the story of UFC whenever it was purchased. Couldn't even get licensed to run fights in any of the states pretty much, let alone get on TV. It's barbaric, yada, yada, yada. Now you're doing full global expansion and providing opportunity for a lot of people. You're doing business with these people all around the world. Do you have to, obviously, we've seen you travel to all these and you're very hands-on in this. How is it doing business with all those different types of human beings, and cultures and everything like that? How do you manage it, and how does it go? How does it normally work for you?
It's interesting. Obviously, it's different depending on where you go, but it's always, listen, I've had a long, amazing relationship with Abu Dhabi. We just did our first fight in Saudi Arabia. Australia, when we first went to Australia, there was one guy in the whole country, I think, or two guys maybe that were involved in mixed martial arts, and look at how that's exploded. You have world champions and multiple people in the top 15 and different weight classes. It's been fun, but the most fun is when you go and experience the different types of fans around the world. Like when we were we just went back to Manchester, England, which is always unbelievable, and that's the one you were talking. We were in there till like 4 or 5 in the morning in the arena. And the whole place, as soon as the show starts singing Sweet Caroline, and they got all these chants, like these soccer chants that they sing. And, so experiencing different types of fans all over the world is the most fun for me.
It's enjoyable as a viewer as well. Just so it's for WWE was bananas. I couldn't even fathom what they're going to be like for that, especially coming off of the Olympics.
It's the same with UFC. The French crowd is incredible for UFC too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, AJ.
You're right.
Dana, how's the progress on the big show that's coming to the Sphere? I know you have multiple people, like that's their full-time gig working on that. And secondly, how was your time on your yacht, on the yacht that I guess, I don't know if you owned, you rented, whatever you did, but the videos of you chopping on and off that thing were pretty amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, trust me, it's a charter, and it was awesome.
We're close, though.
Awesome.
You're close, though. We know you're close to
Italy or whatever. Then I went to Italy. It is the greatest, and the Amalfi Coast. It's like the greatest place on earth. You go down through Sardinia, Sicily, down into Capri. I'm telling you guys right now, you got some yacht money. Get out there next summer and check it out, buddy.
No.
But the Sphere has been an absolute beast. My production team is 24/7 on this thing. We had meetings, half the day yesterday for me on the Sphere. But we're getting down to crunch time here, and I'm excited to get in there and get it done.
I think we're all pretty pumped to see how you go about utilizing the Sphere. And you said this is a one and done situation. I'm investing a shit ton into this. We are going to make it awesome, and then we are moving on and setting a precedent on what could be at this entire place. Still the same mindset, yeah?
Yeah. This is like I said. This is I love the Mexican culture and the Mexican people, and how they're all hard workers, how they support each other. Mexican people will go out and work hard all week, then spend most of their paycheck to support their families and other Mexicans that are, whether they're performers or fighters or competing in something. And this is basically, like I said, a love letter to the Mexican people and their culture. And the challenge of this thing is we're the first sporting event inside the Sphere. And we're the first ones that are actually going to, you're going to be able to watch live from the Sphere. So there's a lot of different challenges as far as production goes. But what we really want to do is the people that are watching at home on pay-per-view, we want to give you that experience like you're there inside the Sphere and you get to, this is a production beast that we're attempting to do on September 14th.
So we were trying to not produce your show, but certainly think of ideas if we were you at the Sphere. And our big hang up was, what are we putting on the Sphere? Are you putting the fight on the Sphere? And then if you're in there, is that too much? Like, how you utilizing that Sphere, you could put different backdrops in there. I mean, the amount of shit you'll be able to use, because the Sphere is the show. You and I, we have talked about this before. We're excited to see what you put behind the fights and how you kind of set it all up. Are those decisions, I assume, already made or no?
Oh, no. If those decisions weren't made, we'd be in big trouble right now.
Okay.
So, what we've done, really what we're going to do on September 14th takes over a year to do. We're doing it in 4 months. So when the show starts, we're going to have the prelims, and then we're going to tell throughout the rest of the night the history of combat in Mexico. From the beginning of time and into the future. Ooh. So the first fight of the night will start at the beginning of time. The main event will be the future of Mexico. That's the first time I've ever talked about this. So
and that's what you meant by love letter. And that's why whenever it was announced how many fights there were, some people are like, there's only this amount of fights. Well, that's because we're telling a story. And then I assume the fights are going to match just,
wow. Love it.
Oh!
We have to execute, but this thing is going to be, if you are even this much Mexican, you are going to love this event on Mexican Independence Day at the Sphere. I guarantee you, it's so badass.
I took 23andMe. I don't think I have any Mexican in me, but I cannot wait to learn the story. D-Butt's got a question for you. Dana?
Yeah, where can we watch Contender tonight? And then second question is, I know you put on amazing live events all over the world. What's been the best atmosphere for a fight you've put on so far?
God, the best atmosphere, that's tough. There's been so many. I mean, so many. Our first time that we got into Canada and went to Toronto was amazing. The MSG, our first time at the O2 in London. There's just been so many monumental events. And then the Contender Series is on ESPN Plus tonight. It starts at 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock here on the West Coast.